Welcome, everybody, to the Making Awesome podcast. We're hanging out, episode 255, right? Is that good math? Probably good math.
Yeah, it's 255.
Could be bad math, could be good math, don't know, don't really care. It's life is what it is. And I'm apparently dropping am I dropping frames? Really?
Already?
Oh no, it's my computer. Like, why are we angry about something? What are we angry about? I don't know. There's no reason for us to be angry, but we're apparently pretty angry. How bad is it coming through for you guys? It's gonna record fine on our side, but for some reason my computer's upset with
the important thing is audio. Is the audio coming through clear? Because even though the image might be a bit stuttery, as long as the audio comes through clear and you can hear us rant about random things, I think that's what really most people care about.
Yeah. We'll get it sorted. It will likely figure itself out one way or another. I'm wearing literally a plain black t-shirt. This is one of the test shirts, I guess, is probably the right way to describe what this is. So this is one of our initial tester shirts when we were going through different brands of like shirts for, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about Smurf, that kind of stuff, community events, why they matter, everything around those lines. So if you are watching, hanging out with us, make sure to leave a like, get subscribed. If you are listening back audio only or watching over on Spotify or over on Apple Podcasts, 1, rate us 5. We always like that. But then 2, please leave comments. Comments are always good. But don't forget to check out the sponsors. Links to all that are down below if you're watching back live. Hey, there's chat. There's chat button you can use. So yeah. What's going on, dude?
Well, obviously, Smurfs next week.
Yeah.
And it's the weird lull, but also hype build-up for going to an event.
Right.
And I'm really looking forward to it because this is the first time I'm not going to be tethered to a table.
I'm
just
not
walking about.
Yeah, you're
I'm so excited.
You're just dealing with us.
Honestly, I'm really excited. Instead of being exhibitor, I'm going as press, so I can talk to people. And that's kind of why I always did it in the first place, was I viewed Smurf as celebrating 3D printing.
Yeah.
And one of the things that has always sucked was so many cool people are there, and I just have to wait to them to come to me because I'm on the table. And this time I can go to them, and I can actually just not worry about, I need to go because somebody's now shown up.
Right.
And that's the big thing, because I've just seen Reliance saying, "Am I soft for others?"
Yeah, you're quiet for me, but I literally have you turned up as much as I can. I'm just turning myself down.
There we go. How does that sound?
Better.
How does that sound?
I'll just push the mic further away from me.
For some reason, I found my preamp impedance doubled.
Weird. But okay.
I'm just going to assume I've kinked a cable somewhere. But no, I've always viewed Smurf and other rep rap festivals and similar ilk as the place to be to actually understand your industry.
Yes.
Don't go to trade shows. Don't go to the snake oil sales places.
Oh god.
Find the people who love it and then talk to them, because they know the esoteric, they know the eclectic, they know these random if you buy this part from this very unique, never found before seller, you can double your performance.
Yep.
And it's the enthusiasm of everyone that goes that I want to talk to. I've always had to wait until after the show, when people are packing down to walk around, and nobody really wants to talk then because they want to go home.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah, they do. They want to go home. Yeah, it's certainly, if it's your first one, it's a great one to go to, especially if you're local or you can get a cheap flight somewhere in the EU or the UK to come up to Manchester. The hotel's pretty expensive, but Jacob has you found a pretty affordable Airbnb, so I'm assuming Airbnbs can
Yeah.
probably still be had pretty cheap. Um, you know, so
I've looked on the like the main like hotel websites.
mhm.
It does seem like they've realized there's an event going on and they've doubled the prices just for the
Yeah,
weekend.
I think our stay at the Maldron, which is like the official hotel, we're flying in a
Yeah.
little bit early, so it's different there, but it's under 100 quid a night, except for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
But don't be like Doug last year and stay in what is effectively an opium den and end up needing to come hang out in our room because we're not going to let our friends stay in opium dens unless that is their, you know, chosen vice, and then I'm going to do
Yeah.
everything that I can to get
Just
them off of heroin.
try to guarantee the door locks. That's
Yeah.
important. Make sure your door lock. If your door doesn't lock, doesn't matter how nice the room is, don't stay there.
Yep. Yep.
But no, I found this lovely Airbnb for basically £45 a night.
Yeah. It was
And I'm well happy with that.
Yep. I mean, I would be too. But yeah, we're excited. Hilariously, we're flying through Prague. So we have to go to Prague first, instantly leave the Prague airport, go right back in, get on a flight to Manchester. And you might be like, well, Grant, that sounds like a lot of work. It kind of is, but it is way cheaper. It is almost $800 cheaper for the two of us to do that. And well, I guess that means I have to fly back through Prague on the way home. What a
Oh,
shame
no.
that's gonna be.
What an absolute travesty. You have to fly through one of the prettiest cities that I've ever visited.
And I've now got meetings set up while we're gonna be in Prague. I don't think we're gonna do a lot of filming. There are a couple of opportunities there. I am currently talking with Prussia about Prague Comic Con because it happens to be when we're gonna be in Prague, or at least one of the days. But you know, otherwise we got meetings set up, so we'll be doing some business over there, but trying to have a bit of a slowdown. So kind of weird, but it's not a normal thing for me because we're normally always working. But I have a feeling that when people from Prussia realize that we're going to be there, all of a sudden my calendar is going to get busy because it tends to. But I'm looking forward to it anyways. We'll be in Manchester technically late Thursday. So we'll be there all Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave Monday afternoon. And I'm not telling you when I'm coming home, but I'm coming home at some point after that.
Yep.
But yeah, these events are fun for us. It is expensive. As some of you might have seen, we lost our sponsor. We will not be naming them, but we lost our hot sauce sponsor. So I do have the sauces. I ended up paying for them because there's just certain things that aren't worth it to me. And so I will be labeling them, covering them with blue tape, labeling them so I know what's what so we can still use it. But unfortunately, we are still searching for a title sponsor for the event now. I am trying to get Hedonist, aka Hot Ones, to sponsor it. I think that'd be super cool if we could get like the name behind these interview style hot sauce challenges to be the one that goes for it. So we'll see. I have an email going out to them, so it'll be what it'll be. But yeah, MLV, no luck yet. But hey, that's the way it is. Yeah, I guess Steve Build says he'll be there. They have a bunch of people there. They're going to be doing a live build of a printer. And I'm sure that one will probably get raffled off or something as they normally do. And it maybe, just maybe, I'll be belting it. We'll see. We'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see if I can learn
Ooh.
anything.
Wait, what size belts are they? Do we know?
6, probably.
If they're 6mm belts, I can't help. But if they are 9 or 10mm belts, I have some new, still can't be purchased, Generation 3 Gates belts. And I would be happy to bring it with me to belt up that printer with.
I have a funny video with my car because the timing belt is made by Gates too in my car. So yeah. Steve said, can he post a link to the Voron 2 raffle? I mean, you can, Steve, but it happens to also be in the description of this video if people want to go check it out, as well as Heat in the Hot Seat if you do want to check that out and donate to see me suffer, I guess. But yes, Steve, you're welcome to, but it is already in the description of this video because I did it when you asked, and it's been in there ever since.
Somebody's asking if they could only attend one day. Which day to attend?
Saturday.
I'd say Saturday.
Always Saturday.
Everyone's shattered on Sunday.
And sometimes hungover.
Probably drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're up to over $7,500 earned for the Voron V2, but it's Serial 0, which is really cool. Which means there's probably no way that we beat them, but my goal is to beat Voron. My goal is to beat Voron in the it's always the fun thing that we do. It's like who can raise more money for the charity. But hey, it is part of the fun. It's part of the fun. But yeah, it is a fun event. What's the weather look like other than raining? I assume.
It's the UK. It might be
Raining.
raining. Though it is starting to hit spring, so it might actually be quite nice. We had, scary, I know, all of Instagram started making memes on it, the sun. For 2
You saw the sun?
It was great. It hit 17 degrees.
Jacob, it's
like,
23 here right
Nice.
now.
I don't care about your weird wet zones.
And
Like,
it's
Florida
partly
bad.
cloudy according to my clock. It's partly cloudy and 23 Celsius here right now. It's warm.
It's looking like 13 degrees on Saturday, 10 degrees on Sunday, but sun for all of it.
Hey, I'll take it. That means I got to go get some M&S chalky milk while we're in town. And see, this is the fun problem of doing something like this. So we are going to be accepting donations for the Lucky Dip. So the idea with that is there's a bowl full of pieces of paper, and those pieces of paper correspond to an item. Those items, if you don't want hot sauce, you can remove as many hot sauces as you want, but you have to replace it with this Lucky Dip. The thing is, we don't know what's coming to it. So it can't be perishable and it can't be alcoholic. Those are the 2 rules. Otherwise, and it can't be Schustroming Olaf. No.
It cannot
no.
be banned on a flight.
No, Olaf, you can't do it. But yeah, it can't be like offensive. If it's spicy, fine. We have a Discord member who is sending 2 bottles of custom hot sauce that he just made with Reliance 3D for the event. So we're gonna definitely be showing that off, because if I don't get a hot sauce sponsor, otherwise I'm showing off the ones the community made because of it. Because it's funny that way. But yeah, you guys are welcome to bring stuff. It just can't be perishable and or alcoholic, and you can put it into the Lucky Dip. I'm bringing a bunch of like generic American sweets and stuff like that people from other countries will find really not all that tasty. So I'll take the win for that. Just got to go to the $1.25 tree and spend $20 or something. But these events are fun. Like last year I met Michelle, aka Reliance 3D. Reliance has had this huge come up in this industry. He's now kind of known by creators. He makes this really cool lamp that you're going to see, and he's been working on this insane marble run project. And I'm excited. He's been showing it off in the Discord. He's streaming it almost every single day. I'm really excited for people to see it in person. I'm excited to see it in person too. Nomad, Nomad, you're in Prague. Go do Prague stuff. Go away. What are you doing here? Go to Oshi House. Go to OMG. Go to the Alibaba
Go
kebab.
to OMG. It's
Yeah.
So I have a story about Alibaba kebab that isn't from when we went. It's a new story. I have not been to Prague since.
Okay.
For some reason, the latest iOS update has put Alibaba Kebab on my favorites list for pinned restaurants.
Proper.
So every time I plug my phone in at a certain time of the day, it will recommend a driving route automatically to drive to Alibaba Kebab.
And how long is that driving route? I'm curious.
1.5 days.
Okay, that's not
Not
too bad.
bad. Like I'd do that.
Wait,
It's like 29, 30 hours.
Nomad walked 30,000 steps today, so he's resting his legs. And Kikawa Ryu, how do you know this? That he had a day with Tommy today? I wasn't gonna say it, but apparently it's now public that he had a day with Tommy. But yeah, he got in late last night to Prague, and hopefully you've enjoyed the city. It's been one of our favorite cities to travel to, and you tweeted it. Oh, well, okay. I haven't been on Twitter most of the morning. I'm sorry. Yeah. Nepo said she wished she could be able to attend Smurf. I wish you could too. It's always good seeing you. I'm sorry. It's a bummer.
That sucks.
Yeah. Nepo's
That is a bummer.
She was awesome in at Form Next. Just it was
She
like
kept me alive. She fed me when I forgot to eat with enough sugar that I didn't crash and burn.
And you took a lot of sugar home too. That was good.
I did take a lot of sugar. Oh my god. Percy had her birthday yesterday, just for reference, so I can say this. Just because I would have got the date wrong. She was 5, she's now 6. That's the little child that came on the other time. It's been so easy to bribe her with those sweets. So I'm like, oh, look, sweetie. And she's like, I can't see them in the shops. I'm like, you're damn right you can't. They're special. So I could bribe her so well with them. And it made life so good. Where I've just run out. And I'm like, I have to find something else to bribe the child with.
I should have been. Oh, no, I couldn't. Nepo has like a 6-kilo box of Haribo for me, but getting them shipped to the US has been a complicated endeavor, and I think we've just kind of walked away from it right now because we don't really know what else to do. But for those that have seen us at the Rep Rap festivals, know that we normally use monopods because they're way easier to move around than tripods. Sometimes we'll use a tripod, but a lot of times, oh, it's 4 kilos. Okay. I have a new one. I bought the iFootage Cobra 3. They really should be sponsoring this segment, but whatever. The thing that I find with carbon fiber anything is that it has no mounting points on it. It only has the mounting point for your camera. And unless you're going to mount all your other gear to your camera, which we don't like to do, you have to have a part for it. Enter custom part that Grant's been working on. Okay, this one's PLA. I'll be doing one out of ABS on the HT90 later today. We upgraded our magic arm. For a long time, I've used really cheap, like $10 magic arms. This one's $55, still kind of cheap by the magic arm spec, but it has removable ends on them, so quick release.
Ooh.
But they use the RE style adapters, so you can take those off. But I'm like, I've always wanted it, so when you put it on, now it doesn't rotate, right? It can't rotate around. So I redesigned the part, and I'll show you guys here. I redesigned the part so that I should have done another color other than black, but you can see it can handle the RE holes, vertical or horizontal. So prototyped out of PLA, took me 2 tries. I got it right on the second try to get everything right. So now I can run it in ABS. I was gonna do it in Ultem because that would have just been funny.
No.
But then I'm like,
if you want it to look like Ultem, but not be Ultem, look at the like PCTG in the natural color because it's the same gold.
So here's the problem. I have to use heat set inserts. My soldering iron can't get hot enough to get to the like melting point of Ultem. So I couldn't use the heat. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't do that because it won't work. It physically won't work with Ultem. So we're going to either use ABS or I have some open nylon from a previous product, so I might just use that. It's pure PA12.
I wouldn't use nylon.
Why not?
Not with something that has a magic arm attached to it, because nylon, while it's very robust, the elongation factor of it is enough that you will get quite significant wibble.
But, okay, even when it's like 8 walls thick, still?
Yes.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah. because it's that initial stretch factor before you start getting the stress and strain kicking in.
That's fair.
You
Okay.
having
All
something
right.
slightly harder, like an ABS or like a PET,
Yeah.
would go a long way.
So we've traditionally done it at a PETG, and it works perfectly fine, to be clear. I'm literally playing the smoke 'em if you got 'em trick, and I've got an HT90, and its queue is currently empty, so why
I
not?
would say ASA. ASA
Yeah.
would work.
David Connor Shover and a few others are saying using, model on the threads or tap it. Nope. I do not trust plastic threads. I will not trust plastic threads. Absolutely not. Not to, like, our field monitor is an Atomos Ninja V, and that is a $500 to $600 screen that records to SSDs and all that. I'm not risking that just to, play the model in the threads game. Absolutely not worth it. We do
Not
undersize
worth
the
it.
hole deliberately, so the heat sets really dig in. But I also use specific heat set insert, or I use screw in inserts for woodworking, and you just torch the shit out of them and screw them in, and they work really, really
It works
well.
great.
Yeah, because they do not pull out, right? Your part will fail before that heat set, which is not a heat set, but we're using it as a heat set, fails. Um, the only bummer that I have with them is that they're made to be screwed in with an Allen key, so the threads start like 2 millimeters deep into the part. But we did recently try using normal heat sets, and it worked perfectly fine. So I might have one or two of the really strong ones, but I'm just going to use normal heat sets for everything else. But with all that being said, we will be releasing this file to people that are in our Discord. So it's $10 tier and higher. Join in the links below. YouTube channel members and all that. So if you happen to be a photographer and you want access to parts like this that are fully custom designed, and you might say, but Grant, how the heck do I make sure that this part doesn't break my monopod? Well, on the inside, you put raw TPU. You put raw TPU as a gasket material, and it squishes
Oh,
against the raw TPU, so it evens out the clamping force across the entire part. Yeah, I'm proud of myself for that one. And to be clear, I learned this from somebody in our Discord, Ben, in Phase Industries, IPIND 3D, an Aussie, who taught me how to model in supports. So this has even modeled supports, so it prints completely support free.
I've got to say, I've started doing modeled in supports a lot more
Dude,
recently,
he taught
and
me
it's
how to do
kind of
it,
good.
and I won't do it any other way. But the thing I love about this, both the top and the bottom, that fell on the floor.
Oh, that was satisfying.
Yep,
That was still way too
it's on the floor
satisfying.
somewhere now. But yeah, the top.
That gave me the same vibe as like ejecting a DS cartridge and yeeting it across the room.
Right. So I can pull the here's the rest of it. I can, if I do this, comes apart completely. And it's just it's a push down. Jacob, it gets even better, okay? See that?
Yeah.
Right? It's a foot pedal. And now that lets you rotate it. And it's a locking thing, so you hit it again. It'll pop back up and lock back into
Oh,
place.
that's so good.
It is an expensive monopod. They're $200. I bought it used, as you do, and I paid a lot less than $200 for it. I think I paid like $130 to the door, and $130 I'm very happy with that price. So, yeah, this is the thing I've been working on.
That's good. That's really good.
The other thing, Jacob, here, if you want to get real jealous, where's the name on that? Let's see if you recognize that name.
YC Onion.
Just Google the company and just look at how much these things cost. How much does a YC Onion monopod cost, Jacob?
That's 500 quid.
Yeah, it's $400. I paid $85 for this one because it's broken.
Screw you.
It's broken.
That's
it's
such
broken.
a good
it's
price.
Broken. So this is the quick release for it. When you go up, everything should get loose. If you notice,
Yeah.
things don't get loose. So I reached out to the company. They set me how to take it apart, so I got to take it apart and service it. This is, however, aluminum, so this will not be a flight monopod. It is way too heavy for us to fly with.
Mm.
So it will likely be just a, that monopod weighs like 3 kilos, where our normal monopods weigh like 2 or less because they're made out of carbon. But yeah, like for photography stuff and videography, you have to be very, very, yeah. And yes, it
Choosy.
is. So, J.E. Palmer 88 said, "You mean not printed?" Yes, it is straight off the spool. Straight off the spool TPU. This is from a brand that hasn't existed in over a decade, by the way. This
Wait,
is
wait,
really
wait.
old
Show me
TPU.
that. I have one of those exact
It's from
reels.
Canada.
I think.
It's
Yes, I bought it from
like
there.
Fox Filaments, I think. Yeah. They
Yeah,
were selling it real cheap, and this
it's
is
literally
literally
there.
the last of my black that I have from this, and I only, because it's so old, it's so damp. I just use it for gaskets, basically.
It's so soft and stretchy though.
Yeah.
Like it was supposed to be like a 92 Shore A.
Dude,
It is not.
so we got
It
to
is
have Mitch
not.
from Polar Filament back on to talk about durometers and how it's all a lie, right? Durometer. So when you're buying a 95A TPU off of like Amazon, the chances of it being actually 95A are stupid low,
Almost zero.
right? You're normally somewhere either above 100, so you go into like technically you go into the D range, or you're a lot softer than you think. And it's kind of a problem when you're printing stuff that has to be very specific. So like they sell specific, like guaranteed, certified, whatever you want to call it, TPUs. They have a 60D, which I love. In fact, I use every single day. I use it as it's a mouse riser for my trackball mouse that I
Mhm.
use. Absolutely love that orange 60D TPU. Works really well, super nice. But they also have some 95. They've done 85, and I think they've done 75A as well. But yeah, only like I understand that it's way cheaper to buy on Amazon, but there becomes a certain point, Um,
Yeah, you have to start questioning like why?
yes.
What's it use case for? How
Yep.
effective is it going to be in its job? Because sometimes you don't actually care. As long as it works, it works.
Yeah, and like if it's
And then other
soft, who
times you kind of want
cares?
them to be working.
And here
Yeah, like sometimes you need the certification. You need that. I need it to be this soft because I know it works when it's this soft.
this was the old design of it, where it was just used heat sets with no flats on them. This works, and it's on all of our other monopods. But I'm going to be changing it out to this style. So, yeah, I am. I'm excited. So, um, apparent. Now I got to go see Nomad's tweet. Mad Max is going to Polar tomorrow at noon. I wish I lived near Polar Filament. I really do. Or Printed Solid for that matter. Any like USA based filament manufacturer, because then I could use their shelves as my inventory. And that would make my life significantly easier at the end of the day. Because, bro, holding as inventory inventory as we need to right now kind of sucks. Kind of really sucks. So, not much I can do about it, but all right, I'm checking Anthony's tweet right now to see what it looked like. He had a unique experience going to uh uh yep. Yep, just going to put that
Oh,
on the screen.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, huh?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yep. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's the same thing in America as what it is in Prague, but they are very sex positive, we'll go with, in that city. Don't go to a place looking for a massage that says it's a tantric massage place. It is exactly what you think it is. It is not.
Look, you will be definitely getting a massage. It's just a full body massage,
Yeah.
inside and out.
I mean, if that's your kind of
All
thing,
areas
cool, right?
will be tenderized.
If that's your kind of thing. Yeah, Thomas Zero said, I heard Micro Center was the one thing to live near to. Micro Center's good. I believe their house brand is now Overture, aka Polymaker. Neither one of them will confirm or deny it, so obviously it's real. Polar, I would love to see getting sold in Micro Center as well, but yeah, I don't have any of those close to me. And I don't have the space, the money, nor the give a damn to build my own filament lines. I do not care. It is not something that I want to do. I would much rather have a company that knows how to do it. Um, and interestingly, just to stay on the filament topic real quick, you find a lot of cool filament when you're at these shows, right?
Yep.
So Cookie Cad normally goes, and if you don't know Cookie Cad, they have some amazing colors that nobody else has, right? Because like, okay, an orange is an orange is an orange, right? But they go the extra step on their colors, and I really, really like their colors. Their stuff is a little pricey. It's like $25-$26 a kilo, especially for it not being made in America. But for colors you can't get anywhere else, they heavily support Make Good. Do you know Make Good? I don't think you do.
I was going to say yes, but now I don't.
They're the printed wheelchairs for children.
I do. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So they heavily support Make Good, which absolutely love. And I know the owners of Cookie Cad very well. They're awesome, great people. And I hang out with them outside of the shows, like when they're in town. And they've also met T-Pain, which is just one of the fun things in this industry. T-Pain got into 3D printing. They happen to be in the same area. They worked out a meet and greet with T-Pain and taught him about 3D printing. I'm like, to imagine
That's a weird sentence to say.
Like, that's your story arc in this industry. You're like, oh yeah, we started a film company and then we met T-Pain, who overnight became the most popular 3D printing content creator. Because he's one of the most popular content creators on the planet. No matter what he gets into, he's the most popular in that brand instantly.
Pro tip for everyone: drop doing 3D printing. Just become a celebrity, then do 3D printing. That's how you become a successful 3D printing content creator.
MLV doesn't know who T-Pain is. MLV. I mean, you live in Slovakia, so it kind of is what it is. How do you all not know who T-Pain is? Am I that old?
No, you're not.
I'm not that. I'm a millennial, but I'm not that old yet. I'm 36. But all right, T-Pain. How do none of you know who T-Pain is? Okay, Glenn's here. Glenn, by the way, you're partially sponsoring this show. You just don't know it yet. Don't worry about it. If someone from the EU or the UK wins, we send them 3D Prima filament. You just don't know that we've been doing it, I think. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But we've been doing it. He's
you really need to formalize that.
Streamer on Twitch, according to K2 Kevin, and that makes sense because no matter what he does, he's the number one. Nappy Boy Automotive is his car thing. He just got a Koenigsegg Jesko, beautiful car, or was it a Regera? Don't care. It's an egg, and that's all that matters. Yeah, Mad Cat is 60, and he knows who T-Pain is. Zax, man, T-Pain is an American singer, rapper, producer. Known for popularizing auto-tune in modern hip-hop and R&B with hits like Buy You a Drank and collaborations with artists from across genres. So, yeah, T-Pain, who also has a phenomenal singing voice off auto-tune, but is probably the godfather of popularizing auto-tune in music. And as K2 said, he is the number one 3D printing streamer on Twitch. He's also the number one maker streamer on Twitch. I believe he's one of the top just chatting streamers on Twitch because, again, he brings in a huge audience. We were helping him with 3D scanning for a little bit. We never met in person.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I would love to come up and help you in person. He's like, no, I want to learn how to do it myself. I don't want people to teach me. And do you know how much respect that has to me? Because, like, I'm willing to teach anybody, right? And we do house calls all the time. But someone saying, no, I want to learn the hard way rather than having you show me the easy way to do it, the amount of respect that
puts you up
from
there.
me But even further, you're someone whose time has a legitimately high value, right?
Hmm.
The amount of money the man brings in a year, you look at what his pay per hour is, it's thousands of dollars an hour. Okay? For him to say, I'd rather do it the hard way, shows you that he's not just doing it for the views, he's doing it because he legitimately wants to do it. And that's freaking huge to me, right? And so whenever he streams, I try to show up. If he's, dealing with some different things, I try to help him out where I can. I know K2 and Pez Liz are always in there. Yeah, I I really I appreciate that because like we've worked with celebrities before, right? Our biggest celebrity would be technically it's the Shakur family, so Tupac's family, but the living would be Snoop Dogg. And
Okay.
Snoop was very business, right? Wanted to get the scan, wanted the parts, didn't care how it was done, didn't care about the technology associated with it. He was here to get something done. And T-Pain, I was kind of expecting to be similar. Absolutely not. Dude wants to learn about it. And that is my favorite part. That he's not just posing, right?
Mm.
And this is why this industry is awesome. Because there are people whose time, the man has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of his own time learning this and finds it fun. And that's how you know this industry is awesome. Because there are people who have value in their time worth way more than any of us can fathom, who legitimately say, I really enjoy this and I want to learn more about it. That to me is what
It
makes things like this special.
it also shows just like a level of respect for
Yes.
the craft that a lot of people try to skip. Like everyone's like, I want to become a good artist, so they just pretend they're a good artist. They don't realize to respect art, you need to suck at art.
Yeah.
You need to be bad in order to get good. And when somebody comes to me and being like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm not going to shy away from ruining things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect to be perfect first time. Anyone who comes to me with that attitude, you already have my attention, respect, and I will go so far to make sure that you get
Yep.
the best experience you can, because you're the right person for that industry. You're the right one to talk to. You would be fun to be like
Yep.
them saying something like, I've noticed this problem and I'm struggling to figure it out. And I'm like, here's this esoteric knowledge so you can learn it. It's what I love. It's also why I love Smurf, because you get a room full of people like that.
Adrian Boyer is doing a talk at Smurf. Okay? Adrian effing Boyer is going to be at Smurf. And if you are watching and saying, I like 3D printing, and you don't know who he is, you better get yourself some education. He is the OG of 3D printing, one of the godfathers of RepRap, one of the original founders of RepRap. And he's going to be there doing a talk. And you have an opportunity to listen to someone who has lived and breathed open source since this thing existed.
Yep. I will be
And
at that talk. I want to listen to it.
I think I'm straight. I think they have me doing the heat and the hot seat. But if you're going to be
Can we
there,
get him on the hot seat? Can we?
I was gonna say that's your new goal. Your new goal is as soon as this talk is done, say, Adrian, come on, let's sit down.
We have some food for you.
I don't eat. I will pay so that he doesn't have to eat the hot sauce if he doesn't want it, and he can get out of doing the. I just want to talk to him. It is I have spoken with him one-on-one, but never on camera. And it is my dream in this industry to capture the OGs, right? We had the opportunity
Yep.
before Sanjay passed. We were the last people to ever interview him, right? And I still hold that interview, even though I was not on my top game for it, as the best interview we've ever done,
Yeah.
right? And I want to add on to that. I want to make more and be able to solidify the history of these people forever. Because, yes, this man has 3D printers in museums. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And, like, I've talked with Adrian for years, but when the Google Plus groups closed, a lot of that community just vanished, and he was one of them that I never really heard from again.
Yeah.
Um, it is amazing to see that he's coming out again to Manchester to make, to do talks on it, to interact with the community. It's awesome. And I believe we have an AMUG dyno coming out as well to the event.
Really?
Yeah. Let me verify.
Color me impressed.
I'm almost positive, but I can pull it for sure. Yes, he will be there. Andrew Alshorn. He is an AMUG dyno, has been on the board of directors for AMUG before. He will be there.
Yep.
I am heavily expecting to get him in the hot seat to be able to talk about the blending of the consumer grade 3D printing and industrial grade additive manufacturing together and what that's been like for him. I am so excited for these events because you will have people that have more knowledge in this. They've forgotten more about this industry than you will ever learn, walking around like they're just a regular person in the room, and you just don't know it. You just don't know it. It's amazing. It was like right before Formnext, I was up in Gainesville at the Cade Museum for the Cade Prize. I'm a judge every year. We support the Cade Museum. I had no idea. The co-founder of NVIDIA was there. Not Jensen Huang, the one everybody knows. The other one, Chris. Chris was there. He gave a keynote, and as soon as everyone realized who he was, there was a line to talk with him. Chris has agreed to come on the show, but we just have to figure out a time and place that works for him.
Okay.
But it now does explain who drove the 430 Scuderia, the Ferrari 430 Scuderia to the event.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's got a 430 Scud that's just parking it outside like every other car? And then it's like, oh yeah, co-founder of NVIDIA, makes perfect sense. Could have been somebody else, but whoever drove that 430 Scud, they drove it very well. You could see there was some rubber on the back fender wells. I'm like, that's pretty cool. This isn't a trailer queen. This isn't a garage queen. This is a proper driven car.
Yeah. You know what we should do before we bring him on? So I've had an AGX Orin microprocessor for a while. So it's a 40 teraflop, 60 watt, like insane machine with 64 gigs of VRAM available to it. It's supposed to be for like AI inference. So the actual board inside here, you can take the board out and put it into a car, and you can power like all the LiDAR scanners of the car. It can run 12 4K 60 FPS cameras and 24 1080p cameras at the same time. It's a lot of compute. Turns out it's just running Linux. So nice. I can run a 3D printing operating system on it, and I want to see what happens when you just plug in the entire power grid worth of compute into a 3D printer and see how far we can push it.
So you could go the level of what Markforged does with their X7 and above. They have Blacksmith. So they use cameras to do triangulated based scanning of the layers as they're printing to dynamically adjust extrusion and flow rate so that your part is dead nuts perfect.
Yep.
It is a super cool system.
One of the ideas was like micro slam, which is similar. Instead of it using AI, it's you use the different positions of the cameras and you single pass the image to the cameras, and then you can like determine tolerance control based off of that. And I'm just like, oh, I kind of like the idea that you can have a digital double being made at the exact same time it's printed.
I already have a physical
so you can have full tolerance scanning.
One day you'll meet my brother. One day.
One day. I want him to wear your clothes after I've met you. Like, you leave the room, you change clothes with him, he comes back in, and I still think it's you.
No, you'll know. He's clean shaven.
Just, I will not question why in front of me, while you're talking to me, you'll just shave off your beard and then leave.
So we have talked about having him come over and sit here and do a talk and see how long it takes people to realize it's not me. But I feel like it would be pretty fast. I don't know. So I did just upload the HT90 unboxing video to the editing PC, and he's in that. He's in that entire video, so he's there the entire time. Um, so that'll be a good gauge to see us together, because it's not often that people get to see us together on camera. Um, Layers with Lily said, "Garage Queen?" Question mark. That is someone who buys a very nice car and leaves it in their garage. The car is the queen of the garage. It's the garage queen. Um, Beard face filters for the brother. Maybe. Or I can do the bearded printer printed beard and start wearing that,
Ooh.
and then I can put that on him. Could do that. I don't know. I care not to get into the ways that we could trick people. We've thought about it for April Fools. An April Fools video. Is April 1st going to be on? No, it's a Wednesday. Damn.
Oh.
Also, happy birthday to my aunt. It's her birthday today. Aunt Lauren, happy birthday. I will be calling her when the stream is over. So there will be a slight delay in me getting to the after stream hangout, because I'll be calling my aunt, because family first. Oh yeah, the other thing that we're bringing. I finally got myself some nice suction cup mounts.
Ooh.
So this one pissed me off. It's from Ulanzi. This was permanently affixed. So it makes packing it really difficult. So I found there was a grub screw, pulled the grub screw out. It was glued in heavily. Ain't nothing a blowtorch can't fix about that. Melted the glue off of it, and now I've got a separate piece. But I wanted to tap this so it's quarter 20 as well, but there's quarter 20 all around it. So I will have a much nicer mount now, and I will be using a threading die to make this quarter 20, so this magic arm is not completely useless. It's actually a decent magic arm. My auntie in Bel Air, she will be a guest at some point on this podcast. That will likely be a podcast that's just a me show, I think.
Oh.
So my aunt, we were going to do a series with her called Exploding the Glass Ceiling. So there's this, I mean, it is
your aunt is a badass.
She is. She's
your aunt is a certified badass.
A certified badass. She retired as the vice chancellor of Vanderbilt University. Yes, I know, Jonathan. I just said it's her birthday today. She retired as the vice chancellor of Vanderbilt University, second in command at Vanderbilt University. So, yeah, and she grew up on like government assistance. So you want to talk about exploding a glass ceiling? She's done it, and she'll be. I mean, the amount of I'm getting goosebumps talking about her, because she is so inspiring to anybody, but especially young women that are afraid they're never going to get to their potential because the system keeps them down. She is the example of saying no. I refuse, and I can do better. Yeah, and Tarzman, my brother, says that's not even the craziest thing she did. It's true. She's given commencement speeches. She's given interviews on airplanes before. Because when people figure out who she is and they learn about her history, they'll do interviews with her.
That's so cool.
So my brother said, one of my favorite quotes from her is, "I know that I had to be twice as smart as anyone else in the room to make sure I could get the job." That's
a powerful line.
Yeah, it is. And she was doing hardcore social engineering before we really understood what it was. And so if you guys want to see that kind of stuff, leave a like, get subscribed, because she's down here. So she's a snowbird. She has a condo down here in St. Petersburg, Florida, but she has a place in Tennessee, and then she has a new place in Boston. So I will go in person and interview her, and I think that would be a really, really fun one. And that's where, I don't know if I told you, I have the switcher for the Atomos Ninja now, so I can take up to 4 HDMI feeds in and switch them.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's really good.
Yep. It'll output HDMI or USB. It's only, so it'll take in up to 4K, but it only outputs 1080-60, which is fine, and it only records 1080-60 then.
Less fine.
But you can do 4 individual 1080-60 streams on it.
Ah, not bad.
So I will bring that with me. I don't know if we're going to use it for Smurf, but it's really, really small, and it screws into the back of the Atmos Ninja. It's a really, really cool piece.
I mean, it means we could maybe have multiple camera angles.
It
and
does.
Then you can like switch between the camera angles like an OBS window. So like when one of the when the person's talking,
window.
they can.
I do it on.
Yeah, you just do it in the thing.
Yeah,
you do it on the thing. Yeah. So,
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, do I know why that is? Do you know why that is right? I don't know what John's going at about that. But yeah, I am excited to interview her. It is her birthday today. She's got friends in from out of town, so they're going to be doing things. I didn't want to call her too early. But yeah, wish my aunt a happy birthday in the chat or something. And hey, leave a like if that's your thing. She loves 3D printing, but she's like, I love what it's capable of. But she's like, I don't know if I will ever fully understand it. She's like, it's not my industry anyways. But she's like, the amount of things that you've made that you can do, it's incredible. So
funny glue gun go burr.
But more than just that, right? You when you look at Vanderbilt University, Vanderbilt University is one of the top medical schools in the nation. So, she looks at it from what could it do on a medical side, right?
Yeah.
With 3D printing implants, 3D printing, the big thing we see 3D printing now is hip joints, knees, and elbows, right? So they're titanium 3D printed. They'll do a specific cut of the bone, so it's minimal hardware to attach it. And because it's TI-64 titanium...
Well, they'll also give it like a micro texture. So in the interface, they can grow into each other. So there's like very low chance of rejection and damage over time.
That works better in younger patients than older patients, but yes.
Well, you have to give it time
to
grow into each other. And some people just don't have that time.
Yeah.
Like me, I will just be damaging it constantly. Don't give it a chance to heal. Just keep breaking it.
Additive is really cool when you look. Oh, God, I just saw the joke. He said, but why not TI-64 Plus? It's a calculator joke. I hate that. That's a terrible joke. That's a terrible joke, but I am clear.
I actually got flashbacks to university.
Yeah, I got flashbacks of looking at $100 calculators that are still $100 to this day.
No, they've gone up. They've definitely gone up. When I was doing my A-level physics, the calculators were 160 quid each.
I'm upset. I'll never recover.
This is why I didn't take statistics when I was in university. I dodged the module. I took extra modules to dodge that module because no way in hell am I buying a mandatory calculator when a computer can do the same thing.
Pierce Prince 3D said, I appreciate this show. Keep me entertained while I start part 2 of the H2D Vortec upgrade. So Pierce Prince 3D is in our Discord. I am hoping that he'll be streaming some of it in the Discord or on YouTube or whatever later, because I want to see what it takes to do this upgrade. I'm really curious, because that's always been our big question with Vortec on Bamboo, is how difficult is that upgrade? So if you have any thoughts, Pierce Prince 3D, let me know, because I'd love to know. But Bamboo is actually raffling off a H2C.
Really?
Yep. H2C is going, Core 1L is going. There might even be an XL in there. I know there's Voron stuff that's in there. They asked me, but I'm like, I don't really know what I could give. Like, what could I raffle off,
HT90?
Abs, that's mine. Go away. I'm still paying
If you start raffling that off, I'm just throwing tickets at it.
I am waiting for the confirmation. But if everything goes to plan, I just paid off the machine this past week.
Really?
In a bit over a month.
Good machines pay themselves off fast.
That's
lucky. Impressive.
I am waiting for the official purchase order to come through.
Okay.
but it's
I mean,
it's
I am normally jaded. I don't class it as a win until the money hits the account.
well, what they've requested so far, I think even if they only do half of what they're asking for, I think it'll still hit that mark. Um, so yeah, I I was surprised. I will run the numbers 100%, but I think we did it. We'll see. K2 says it looks like a 3 to 4 hour upgrade, not for everybody for the Vortec. That's not that bad.
Actually, 3 to 4 hours is pretty good.
That seems kind of reasonable. With how integrated I was expecting it to be, I was looking at like,
A day.
yeah, at
6 to 8.
least. F917 says raffle off an old polyjet. I mean, if you want to pay to get
If
that thing to the UK, we'll raffle it
if
off.
you can lift it, we'll do it.
It weighs about 300 pounds.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Look, it's sitting in my garage. We were gonna autopsy it because it's end of life. Like, there's nothing you can do with it. You can't buy materials for it. You cannot use it anymore.
I
So
mean, an end of life video, like an autopsy video
yeah,
on like the interesting design that went into how to
yes,
build it, that would be fun.
that's what we're gonna do. See, if you were still single, I would have raffled off a date with you, but
Hey, look, you can still do that. Rosie will be fine with it. Money is money.
J.E. Palmer says raffle off Jacob. Yeah, the old polyjet. So we will do that video once we have the new shop built, because I need a much more dedicated space than I have right now, with a lot more camera angles than I have right now, because we will be doing it live, but I will also be filming it for a main channel video. So we can have like a
Hmm.
multi-hour stream of us tearing it down, but then throughout it, I will be filming for a main channel video that will then get edited. So, yeah. So, MLB says, in that case, chop chop, get the container. I have to wait. We're in a holding stage right now. To the north, they're building a house, and I need them to get their final inspection before I do anything, because I don't need inspectors poking around. We'll be following the laws, but I just don't need them poking around. So I gotta wait till after that. But I did learn some stuff. John, remind me to tell you what I learned, because I learned some stuff that's valuable for the containers. Don't use 57 stone. Use lime rock, not limestone. Lime rock.
Oh.
Look it up. It's way cheaper. I was told this by a guy that does this for a living, so pretty cool. But yeah, we are, dude. So these events, especially like Reliance back then. Reliance, was Smurf last year the first time that we ever met? Because I think it was. I don't think that we had met prior to that. I believe you would come up to me asking about. Oh no, you had a thing on your bag that said that you were open to work, and I talked to you about it. And so, like, our maker chip, Reliance designed it. So if you get a
Hmm.
maker chip from us, he's the one that did it, right?
Interesting. Because I got one from you. That was the first time I met you in person.
Well, so he's got a Snapmaker U1 now, and his is now multi-material, which
Ah.
is really cool. So I want one like that too, by the way, because I have an XL and I can do it that way too. But now he's got his own things. He's putting stuff into the raffle. He's doing all this stuff for the community. Like, 10 out of 10. This is what the community is all about. And he's been a heavy contributor to our Discord since he joined it, right? So learn from Reliance. Don't be afraid to talk to people, because you never know what answer you're going to get. The worst somebody can tell you is no, right?
No, no, no. The worst somebody can tell you is ooh. But if you're okay with that, just ask.
I've heard worse. And these events are. Oh, now you're louder than me. All right, let's get closer to my mic again.
Okay, no, fine. And I'll push my mic a bit further
No.
away. There we
Leave your
go.
mic where it is.
And I will just move closer.
No, now you're peeking. Now it's terrible. Now
Hello.
now you've just woken up Nerman. Now he's mad at you.
Ah, bollocks. Sorry, Nerman. We love you,
Uh,
Nerman. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yep. And as Mad Cat says, join the Discord, $10 tier higher on Patreon, PayPal, YouTube membership. I know it's not free. It's not. And anyone that is in there understands why. We share things that are behind the scenes. We spend a bunch of time to help you guys. I do at least a couple one-on-one assistance sessions every single week with people when they ask.
Mm-hmm.
We talk business in there, and it also keeps spammers out. We don't have spamming problems. And we often don't have issues with people. We've had a couple, but they're dealt with because we're adults. We don't have
I
to
mean, for the
worry.
size of like the channel
No.
and the how many people are in the Discord,
Well,
it is damn clean.
I guess it needs a refurb. Like, I need to refresh and remove a bunch of channels, but
Yeah, there is quite a few channels
I
that.
have to figure that out. And literally, I'm going to be working with people in our Discord to fix it because I don't know how to do it myself. The goal for me is to have a welcoming community of people that is understanding, that are, I'm trying to think of like the right word, inclusive. Yeah, inclusive is probably the right
Yeah.
word. Like, we have just dedicated channels for projects. We have some dedicated for neurodivergence and its areas of no judgment. We have an area dedicated for ranting. So if you're just pissed and you wanna rant, there's a channel for that. Go ahead. And if you don't want help, say you don't want help. No one will help you. You just want to get something off your chest, get it off your chest. It's fine. Um, yeah, it's a good place to be. Um, Oh, and that's the guy's name. The Herzelnurk. This is why I need to know a
I
better
can't
name
pronounce
for this
that. I'm
guy.
sorry. I can't pronounce it.
He's the one doing the hot sauce. He's got two hot
Hers.
hers. Yeah, I'll go hers. Is doing two hot sauces, two Reliance to bring to us for the event. One is labeled PLA, the other one's labeled Peak. And I'm supposed to assume the spice level based on the naming nomenclature.
I wonder what they could be.
I wonder what they could be. And if you guys do want to enjoy that kind of thing, you can donate down below to the Just Giving link. Obviously, support the show, donate here as well, like, subscribe, those things, and of course, support our sponsors. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, he said everybody in the Discord is awesome. Never had so many helpful and kind people. So, and Layers of Lily says I keep posting things double because I post it in the wrong channel. Yeah, this is why we got to clean it up. We got to remove some channels that are a little, specific, or I guess not specific. Yeah, I love these events. I've said it before. I get very burned out, and I think a lot of people are
Mm.
the same way. Where it's like you're just in your own head. You're grinding, head down, getting shit done, and you kind of just, you're always kind of barely eking out the burnout, right? You're just barely beating it,
Yep.
and because of that, you get kind of disenfranchised toward this industry because, oh look, another Ender 3 clone, oh look, another Bamboo
Yep.
clone. It's the same crap every day. But then you go to these shows and you see
And you see
everybody
sparks
else,
of genius.
dude, and like the level of intelligence and creativity. Like, I have seen so many marble runs in this industry that, like, I wanted to do an out of marbles marble run, and I bought a bunch of them. I never did it because I'm like, I just really don't care. But the one that Reliance is doing is really, really unique because it's similar to Hextraction that Zach Friedman did, but it's more of it's more of just a fun marble
Mhm.
run. But it's got elevators and conveyors. It's all these different features. I'm like, this is really cool, and this is even cooler if you take it to shows and you have some audible and some movement from machinery that aren't 3D printers. I'm like, this is really, really cool. And like Reth says, the shows are more than the items being sold. They're more about the community. And it's really hard to quantify that until you go, right? You know, like, did it ever make sense to you until you just went to one?
No.
Yeah, I didn't. It didn't make sense to
I
me either.
I already had in the mind that this is a festival for printing and this
Yeah,
is what it'll be like. And once I got there, I'm like, damn, I need to come back again.
yep,
I can't miss these. I refuse to miss one of these events, especially in my local area, Smurf, because it's like a 2-hour drive for me,
yeah. It's a no-brainer
because of
for me.
how important it is. It is both social battery recharge in an industry that does and I'm in a really bad position for being disenfranchised by the industry because I run a business that's constantly fighting both the government trying to ruin the industry, both other companies trying to ruin the industry, just all of it. I have to face all of it.
Yep.
It bloody sucks. And when I went to the first Smurf and when I went to the second Smurf, it's those moments where you're like, I remember why I'm doing this. I remember why I fell in love with
It's
3D
all the
printing
people.
and why I'm never going to give up on it.
Yep.
Because it's the people, it's the technology, it's how far you can push it.
And
It's not, oh, here's another plastic box that does another Bamboo Lab clone.
and Smurf specifically because it's raising money for a good cause, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So David Connor Shover brings up a good point. Says though by the end of Rocky Mountain Rep Up, I'm peopled out for a week. Totally agree. Every single night we go back to like the hotel or wherever, and Amber's like, "Are you good?" Because I'm very quiet. I'm like, "Yeah,
No.
I'm just, you know,
No, Grant, you're
I've been
not good after
overstimulated
those.
for
You're
a whole day,
saying
and I'm
you're
just
good.
kind of coming back down."
You say you're good, you're not good. You're holding it together by just being like, I am good. Do not ask twice. It would be
Nah,
bad.
it's never like that. Yeah, Glenn says Smurf is so fun because it's really non-corporate compared to most. It's just a bunch of dudes. And he's right. Glenn says, I can't imagine Grant being quiet. Yeah. There are times that I'm quiet. Um, and then there are times where I'm not. Like last night, we went out to celebrate Amber's grandparents' birthday. They're within a few days of each other. And we went to this restaurant. It was so effing loud. Like, when I'm having to use my outside voice, I don't think you've been around me when I've had to use my outside voice. The folks from E3D
Once.
have. Who did I
I've
yell at?
heard you once. It was.
Because my outside voice is normally me getting angry.
Yeah, it was the like that guy's gonna be in trouble. Then he did something that kind of
Ah,
encroached,
yep, yep.
and then I was like, "Yep, deserved."
Yeah, the E3D folks have heard it once. It was well deserved. It was a drunk guy following us, and I gave him some options, and I started very politely, and then I ended very not politely, and every attempt not to get physical with this drunk guy that really wanted to get into a fight with me. But that's a story for the Discord. Um, and you know what happens at the Smurf after party? Stay at the Smurf after parties, unless we go to an Irish pub where there happens to be live music, and then we're posting it all over
That
social
no,
media because it was awesome.
it's all gone.
It was
That's
awesome.
public at that point.
We had so much fun. Um,
I'm so looking forward to the after party this time because I don't have a stand to go to. I can stay.
yep.
Let's go.
Yeah, the Smurf and all of them, right? It's not just about the event, it's what happens after the event. If you're content creators, there's huge value in getting FaceTime with brands, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll never get better FaceTime with them because these smaller shows, Smurf, Remurf, 3D Printopia, they're small enough where you can have one-on-one chats with people and it's no big deal. A Formnext is much harder to do it. And that will get you 30 emails in 10 minutes, right? Like just being able to talk to people, that's 30 emails back and forth to get to that same point. And what Liz says, real life events mean you get to see people you disagree with in real life and see they are humans and maybe treat them like that too. As long as they deserve to be treated like humans. Otherwise, you
It's
just
good.
ignore them.
On the first Smurf, I did call somebody straight to their face an idiot and a death trap
Hmm.
because they plugged a SSR relay directly on this plate of metal that a heater is connected to. And for everybody who doesn't know the safety of SSRs, they are big blocks of a tiny little chip covered in resin so it doesn't,
Explode.
become water anything or explode.
Yeah.
And they normally fail deadly when they get too hot.
They fail short.
And then they fail deadlier
Yeah.
when they get very hot because the chip starts to explode.
Yep.
Because when they fail deadly, so it keeps working. It cascades and you get a grenade. Please don't use the cooling side because all the relays have metal on the base of them to put onto something to transfer the heat. Don't put that plate of metal as the heated chamber. Don't do it. Don't want to see it.
Speaking of heated chambers, don't touch.
I like you being alive.
Don't touch the top edges of the HT90.
Why? It gives little burning kisses.
They're very warm. Yeah,
Yeah.
the top, there's little frame tops, and they're connected to the main frame of the printer. I learned that the other day.
Ah.
It was very warm. I'm okay. No marks. The only mark I have is this one. That was from my
Ooh,
car.
that looks painful. Ooh.
Yep. Oh yeah, trying to loosen a bolt and it came loose at the expense of my finger. Yeah,
Worthy
the HT90
trade.
does
Fingers
give
grow
nice
back.
warm hugs. Yeah, well, we almost got the car to the state that it can get a timing belt done. I'm gonna have the students tear it down while I'm gone, but I'm not gonna have them touch the timing until I'm back. So I'm like, it needs the brakes flushed. You guys can do that without me. You can tear down the side of the motor, get the timing, stuff exposed, but don't take it off because if this car gets out of time, it's a whole nother problem that we have to deal with. So they're excited. I
had to tow a car yesterday and the day before.
Okay.
So my friend Dan was driving his car, and we were driving to Gainsborough, and it just suddenly started losing power. I was like, huh, okay, what's going on? It's making a bit of a weird sound, but it's not dying, it's not seizing, it's just losing compression. And then it suddenly just, like, died, but not, like, stalling. It was just, it gave up. I'm like, huh, interesting. So we abandoned the car. Just put it on the side of the road. It'll be fine.
Or
no,
gas?
this is a Ford Focus.
Diesel?
Petrol. It's a
Just ran out of gas,
1.2 litre
Jacob?
EcoSport. No, it did not.
Okay.
So, we abandoned it for a couple of days. We're like, cool, let's go get the car. I've got a tow line with me.
Should.
As we should. And we no, actually at the time I didn't have the tow line. We knew what we thought the problem was, which was the alternator wasn't turning over the engine and it was failing to ignite the spark plugs. So
That's not what the alternator does.
No, I know, but
it.
the 12 volt was dying. So we're like, okay, we'll swap the 12 volt. Spark plugs will start working again. Alternator's probably dead because it's clicking weirdly when we turn it over, which is fine. So we'll bump start it. We'll push it, get to 20 miles an hour by just sprinting as fast as we can.
Drop the
put it into
clutch
gear,
and-
get it going. So we got there. It's uphill. That was already a bad idea. So we're like, it's okay, we'll turn it around. So I had to shut the road. This is a main road, by the way. Shut the road, put my car halfway in it so we could start manually turning the car. Also, this is a pro tip for anyone who can't get a car started moving because it's just sat still. Put your hands on the wheels. Don't put it on the body of the car.
the wheels.
Put it on the wheel
Way
and
easier to
push
move the wheels.
down,
No.
and it's so much easier. Once it's rolling, you can put your body weight into it, but get it started, especially with the wheels turn, put your hands on the wheels.
Yep.
Did that, turned it around, started sprinting it down the hill now, got it to 20, put it in first gear, got nothing. And then we ran out of hill. So now it's back to uphill. Did that 3 more times until we realised you can't bump start Ford Focuses in first gear. You have to put into second gear.
Not enough engine speed?
It's not the engine speed. Apparently, the auto stop start is active on first gear. It's deactivated on every other gear.
See, in America, cars come automatic. You have to ask for them or spec them to be manual. So very few cars in the States anymore can even be bump started. Right?
That sucks.
Yeah.
That
well,
really sucks.
even when my
But no,
alternator...
we got it working.
Mm-hmm.
So story gets worse though. We get it working. We get to 20. We get in second gear, and we're like, okay, it's working. It will rev, but it's about half
you're a
power.
moron, according to the chat, because 2 people said who bump starts a car in first gear. I always do it in second.
Well, I didn't know. I've never bump started a car before. So that was not enjoyable. But we figured it out. We put it in second, and the first time we did it. I got in the car, and I'm just shaking like it's first day at leg day. Because doing that 3 times, not easy. And it was chucking it down in the rain, which also wasn't fun.
Okay, so we got some good advice in here. Always bump start in second. It's way easier. From Matt's Makerspace. F917 says you always bump start in second because there's less torque. Okay, you know what?
The more you know. You know what? Thank you, guys.
You know what? It just on a physical like math level, you're totally right, and I would have never thought of that. Also, Pesla's member 15 months says automatic for the win.
See, I would have thought doing it in first gear, because once you're at speed, because your clutch is down at the time,
motor's going to be at higher RPM. It'll be easier.
Motor's going to be higher RPM, and you want it to turn over.
Huh.
So either way, we got it working in second gear. We just had to get it faster to get it working in second. We drove it 35 minutes from Gainsborough, which is a 40-minute drive away. Notice I said 35 minutes, not 45 minutes. 35 minutes of driving, and we were getting to the edge of Lincoln. Literally the next, like, 10 meters, you are inside the perimeter of the first set of buildings. And on the hill just before, it started losing power again. And I get a phone call from Dan because I'm on the phone with him. I'm following behind as a safety car. And he's like, yeah, Jacob, just so you know, cabin's filling with smoke. Been doing that for the last 10 minutes and I just didn't tell you. I'm like, do you have power still? I'm like, yes, but it's fading fast. So
what was wrong with the car?
We abandon it again. And we pop the hood and it is just smoke everywhere. I'm like, great, what's going on? We spend 45 minutes in the pouring rain trying to figure it out, and we find a bleed line coming from the coolant that goes into the bottom of the turbo was disconnected.
There's no coolant going into the turbo. It's oil.
Definitely not oil. It was from the coolant tank.
Coolant does not go into turbochargers.
It went into the bottom of the turbo housing.
Okay,
so
something was
we're
disconnected.
Like, weird. I'm like, cool. So the coolant line came out, and I looked down even further, and I found what looked like 3D printer spaghetti. I'm like, that's not good. So I find the wire, I pull it through, and it's a threaded, like, connector that goes into the bottom of the engine block. So it wasn't the turbo, it was the bottom side of the engine block for coolant. Just like bleed coolant.
That's where oil is. Coolant should never be...
It wasn't oil. We checked the oil. Definitely not oil. We traced the pipe into the coolant reservoir, and then we realized, oh, the coolant reservoir is empty as well. It only got serviced a month ago. That was full.
Everyone in the chat's like, Let's Rob says, maybe that's what's wrong. There's too much coolant in the turbo. Are you sure? Jacob...
Yeah, no, I'm certain. I've got video and pictures of everything. I can post them in the Discord.
Ford. I'm not going to put it past them, but there are no cars that I'm aware of that use coolant in their turbos. You might put a nitrous line into your turbo, but that's just to give more oxygen into the intake to help spool the turbo faster. But a 1.2 doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. That's why me and Dan were like, why is there a line going to this? We went for it, and the threads have melted off of it. I'm like, oh, so we took the top cap off to leave the inner cap.
So you've overheated the motor.
and it overheated the motor, and it's
Uh-huh.
obviously, it was a blocked line going to the engine, and it's
Yep.
dumped all the coolant somewhere, which is probably where the smoke was coming from because it was boiling off. And we've gotten just lucky enough that the heat was expanding the engine block enough to lose compression, not seize the engine.
Jacob.
Because the internal engine temperature was still reading 75 degrees.
No, that's because that's
So
okay.
it's a faulty line.
Here's what normally happens there. I literally dealt with this at the school the other day in somebody's 2001 Honda Accord. Same model year as mine. Mine's an 02.
Yep.
Your temperature sensor for your coolant is normally past the thermometer, the one that actually
Yep.
opens the coolant path. It likely your temperature dingus has failed, shut,
That's
and the
what we
coolant
think.
still shows at 75 Celsius because it's not flowing through the motor anymore.
Yep, that's what we think has happened. Is
And your
it's a
buddy's
faulty temperature sensor.
probably blown a head gasket. Thermostat, thank you. Has probably blown a
Yeah.
head gasket in the process.
Yeah, we've
How
definitely
milky-
blown the head gasket.
How milky was the oil, Jacob?
Perfectly normal.
Well, he got very lucky. Then he didn't blow a head gasket.
I know. I don't think we've blown the head gasket. What I think has happened is because it was heating from the bottom, because there was still some coolant in the top loop, it was heating up the actual cylinders themselves, meaning the compression ratio was dropping until it couldn't form enough compression to ignite. Because it does turn over still. It's not seized. I think we've gotten so unreasonably lucky that the engine's
You're going to
salvageable.
want to do what's called a leak down test, where you check to make sure that you haven't lost cylinders, but you also want to check for exhaust going into the coolant. As Zaxman says,
I
well,
think
the
we've
gasket
lost
can
a
blow.
spark plug. I think we have lost one
That's easy to
from.
check. Just pull it.
I know. Well, when we opened the engine bay, one of the sparkers, the fourth cylinder on the right, was very smoky. The others were fine. So I think we've lost a cylinder.
Why? Okay. Okay. Just
I would have just got a tow truck. I was just going to say, I was just being like, $80? We can get a tow truck
Ruined
and
his car.
tow it for
It probably
30
ruined his
minutes. To be fair, it's a Ford Focus.
it's
In
money.
the bin it goes.
It's money. This kid bought this Honda Accord for $900. $900. 2001
Ooh.
Honda Accord, 150,000
That's
miles.
expensive.
No, $900?
Yeah.
Not at all.
You can pick them up for like $400 over here.
How many miles?
Between 80 and 120.
For a 2001?
2004 to 2006.
The older Hondas have better motors in them, so they have a tendency to go for more. My V6 coupe is worth at least $1,500 in the current market, even in its current condition.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So $900 for this car. I think he got a good deal on it. Low miles, all that. Had the 2-liter VTEC single overhead cam, but it burps coolant. So we're gonna. It's a thermostat. It's a thermostat. Really easy to fix. So gonna be fixing it. He'll have it fixed before I'm back. I bet him $20 he could do it before I got back. Basically, I'm gonna hand this kid $20 when I get back because I needed to motivate him to get his car fixed. Yeah, thanks Cash for Clunkers, like my brother said. They did a whole program years ago called Cash for Clunkers, where you could get, what was it, $2,500, I think? It was a fair bit of money for any car. Didn't matter how old it was, they would fill the motors with some sort of chemical that would physically stimulate. It was up to 4,000. Somebody, and like this is from the news articles, somebody brought a Grand National GNX, a car that's worth 50 grand on a bad day. They brought it to Cash for Clunkers. They had no idea what it was. If I worked Cash for Clunkers, I would have said, I will give you 10 grand cash right now. Sodium silicate, destroys the motors. Like, impossible to fix, destroy the motors. This is what the US did to try to combat smog and older vehicles. But I always argue that keeping an older vehicle on the road was and is better for the environment than buying a brand new car. because
Well,
the
it is. It's the energy cost in building a new car is extortionate.
oh, fine. It's apparently against federal law to offer money for those cars. That would have sucked. Think of the corporate profits. Yeah, that's fair. Think of the corporate profits. Why didn't someone think of the multi-billion-dollar companies? But we see kind of similar stuff in the 3D printing industry, right? Where
Yeah.
you know, dude, how many years or months ago could you get a Gen 1 Ender 3 brand new sub $100, right? And why do
Yes.
they do it? Because they need to get rid of inventory. And now those are the clunkers of the industry. Like, I can't even give them away anymore. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants them. That's like, all right, well,
Even I won't take them. I used to take them off people just to be like, yeah, I got another like backup printer and do all that. I don't want them anymore. Please don't give them to me.
I donate them to local maker spaces and schools and hacker spaces where they will tear them apart for parts. Stepper motors, extrusions, nozzles, hot ends, heaters, beds.
I wish I could do that.
All of those
The
parts.
weird thing with the UK, a lot of the schools, because of health and safety, will not do that anymore. They've really like clamped down on just like the play with some equipment type stuff.
Depends on the schools
And
out here.
they're just buying like K1s or like other like budget printers just to say that they've got printers now. Also, the UK education kind of screwed. They don't really have a use for printers. They're just buying it to tell the parents that they've got 3D printing because it's a buzzword now, but that's its own kettle of fish.
We see that too. And that's the thing I try to combat locally is, oh, we're just buying 3D printers because we want to put that on our curriculum, but nobody knows how to use it. We're buying Dremel 3D printers that are garbage, that don't work very well, or we're buying machines, we're giving them to teachers that have no training, have no desire for training. We offer 100% free training to educators. 100% free. We will not ever charge educators for education. They don't get paid enough here in the United States. I will happily donate my time to make certain that their students have access to this technology in a meaningful way. And I recommend that everybody does this. If you have even a base level knowledge of 3D printing, you know more than the vast majority of your local elementary, middle, and high school teachers. It is within your best interest to contact your local schools, see if they have 3D printers, and see if they're being used. And if they're not, try to work with the school to be an educator, volunteer. And especially as a business, you can get money for that. It's not real money, it's taxable write-off stuff, but that's as good as real money these days, in my opinion. Glenn says Dremel still has printers. Yep, and you can still buy them here in the States. They'll still sell you them.
They are not great printers, just for reference, but
see, the
they
trick
will
is,
turn on.
with schools in the US, they often have to buy from a list of approved vendors. And that's where the problem is. So MakerBot was one of the big approved vendors. They made a huge push early on to get approved everywhere across the country. So anybody anywhere could order a MakerBot printer. I still firmly believe that's why Stratasys wanted MakerBot, was to have that instant in at schools to sell them Stratasys machines, but via the MakerBot LLC or the MakerBot, company. I don't know if they ever did that, but similar Ultimaker was the same way. Dremel, because Dremel tools, people buy from that all the time. Right? So they kind of have to be on the list. So when they look at what 3D printers can they buy, none of them. Oh, well, you can buy a Dremel, or you can buy when Kodak made 3D printers, but, and then now schools are getting Bamboo, so now we have to teach them about network security and dealing with cameras that are accessible at all the time around children.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm just side tangent. Can printer companies like just put like a little sliding thing over
Bamboo
the camera?
actually has it on the A1. They do.
I was actually going to say Bamboo has actually done a good on that, where they've got the security tab.
But just on the A1 the A1 Mini. I don't think it's on any of the other brands that I'm aware of.
It's not on the others.
That I'm aware of.
Like, I don't mind if the camera's only facing inside the machine, and therefore you don't really need a cover.
Mm-hmm.
But just can we just do something that is better than me just putting a bit of tape over the cameras? I don't like that.
Just a little Vaseline just on it, you know. Yeah, Glenn said, and regardless of which of those brands you buy, you still get a flash forge. Yep. So I guess now they include a little magnetic camera cover. That'd be nice to see. And if not, I feel like there's got to be people out there that have the files for it. They have it on the H2D Pro. Good. Right?
That's good.
And realistically, I still think that there needs to be like Prussia's pushing their critical infrastructure machines, right? That's been a fun thing with getting some diagnosis work on the HT90. We've had a couple small issues with it, and they're like, oh yeah, just connect to it. I'm like, no, it's critical infrastructure.
No.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, I found that it also logs everything, so I've got a meeting set up with people in Prague because it's Clipper.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing.
Don't care.
As long as it's not sending it places.
Don't care. I don't care.
Well, explain why.
I can't lock the machine. I can't lock the machine. I can't keep others from turning it on. I can't keep others from using the screen. Yeah, there's not that I'm aware of. I haven't found a way to do it.
Well, no, I thought if it's using Clipper, I thought Clipper has a password mode.
Maybe it does, but it's not active on this. So, these are all things that I don't think people have thought of. And so I'm offering up my perspective as someone that operates heavily within critical infrastructure to Prussia. Be like, I know you all want to sell to this industry, but here are some things we need to fix to solve the problem. They've been very receptive to it, and that's what I like to see. Similarly, the Core 1L with the AC board issues, I am now in direct contact with the people. I used to have to like work through like support and all that. No, I'm now just in direct contact with the right people so we can test it ourselves. Glenn says, do you not have a lock on your garage? It's not in my garage, the HT90. It's sitting like 6 feet away from me. But that doesn't matter. The machine has to have some basic level of inability for those to see what has been done to it. For like, if you can see what's been printed on it, you can now see what that machine has been used for.
Yep.
And that is an issue in critical infrastructure. Sounds
it's
like
something
VLAN,
that like I've been quite poignant about trying to tell people. It's all well and good you can air gap a printer, but you still have to consider what if somebody's in the room.
Right. Yeah, you have to look at physical
especially if it's a school.
Issues.
Say it's a school. That you could put critical files on it. Say it's a university, actually, just so it makes it a bit more plausible. It's university, you're doing some high-level research project, but it's on the university printer, because no way in hell you're getting the stipend to buy an expensive machine. You got to use the schools. So you plug your files in, you transfer it over, it logs it, you're like, brilliant, and you unplug, you walk away, and somebody comes along and takes it. Do you know how I know this is a problem?
It's corporate espionage.
Happened to me. It happened to me. Not corporate espionage. This is when I was at university.
Oh, okay.
But if it can happen while I'm at university in a non-critical sense, imagine what the benefit would be is trying to do it in a critical sense.
Yep.
Like, I had a program module. I was really good at it. Everyone was doing like CPU-based computation to try and find Where's Wally, or in American case, Where's Waldo. They gave us an almost Waldo-like picture, just a little cutout, and then this big 8K image, and we had to find it with the searching algorithms and like compare and contrast and everything. Everybody was doing it with the CPU. I was like, I play video games. This is an image. We use the GPU.
Yeah.
We're mad. So I did it all on the GPU, saved it all. I was going to get like the highest grade you can physically get, because everyone was taking like 5 minutes to do the search, and I did it in 2.8 nanoseconds. It was just boom, done. Brilliant. Love graphics cards. Nvidia, my beloved. Please stock price go up. I saved all my files, put them on my USB drive, unplugged my USB drive, deleted the files on the computer, and I left. I forgot one step. I forgot to empty the recycling bin. One of the students came along, took those files out of the recycling bin, and made a copy, which didn't work. So it's really funny because I documented everything and they couldn't be bothered to read it. But they took all that work and I got a disciplinary. And at high level university, you get one
That's a
chance.
problem. Yeah, that's a problem.
If you get a disciplinary, the outcome is either they realize it's not real or you leave.
Yep.
There is no
you don't
middle
get second
ground
chances.
for you did a bit wrong.
Yeah.
No, because university and like research requires trust, and you have to pass an ethics board to do a lot of high level university stuff. After my third year, I had to do an ethics board. I'm ethically accredited, which is why it's really funny when I deal with the military. I'm like, you can't do that anymore. But that is a real problem. I lost half my grade. They even found out it wasn't me because the other guy's program didn't work. I lost half my grade because of the complication of it could have been me.
Yep.
And that was on work. That was on something that doesn't matter. That's just to get a piece of paper that says you are smart.
A patentable intellectual property.
Yeah.
You've got a serious problem. And
if you go to university print labs, I bet you they have printed some like cutting edge stuff. Oh, yeah. Like all of battery research happens in university labs. All of laser and quantum research is university labs. If you get access to that data, you can patent an entire like multi-year research project before they can even release their notes.
Yep.
Just in case, because there's so much money in it.
SoundSpark says, VLAN behind authenticated VPN. Sure, but I don't want to do that. It's too much work. All my machines are air-gapped. It's just easier. You know how you don't have network intrusion issues? When there is no network to intrude. I will say the nice thing about the HT90 and what to me classifies it as a critical infrastructure, it does not have onboard Wi-Fi. It has a USB port where you can plug in a Wi-Fi dongle if you want it. Very similar to how the Core 1, Core 1L, you just unplug the Wi-Fi dongle. It won't work. There's no onboard Wi-Fi. That is very valuable.
Okay. Here's a question for you on that.
Mm-hmm.
There is conflicting information I've been given from defense contractors about Wi-Fi chips being present on motherboards. Some of them are okay with it as long as it's hardware disabled. So even if you send a signal to the antenna, it cannot propagate into the motherboard. And others are, we need to destroy the antenna. What are your views on it?
I don't want it there, period. Because if it's not there, it can't become a problem later on. So I look at not only technology that exists now, but I look at what could exist in the future, right? And unfortunately for that, you kind of have to take a worst case scenario, right? That, we've already proven that we can determine where people are in their home with their Wi-Fi. It's very simple because it is effectively sonar.
It's a acoustic echolocation. It's sonar.
You can do this. And this was sci-fi 30 years ago. Impossible. No, now you can use lasers to measure vibrations on windows to determine what people are saying inside of the room.
You can do that with the Wi-Fi now as well. They've optimized the algorithms. You can get sound with Wi-Fi.
This is why I say, and I agree with Zach's man here, the best option is not there. The second best option is permanently disabled. And permanently disabled means that I can verify that it is not physically connected via solder joints. If you just need to populate that area of the board because you need to, great. But you could also just be, giving me access to just pull the chip off myself. And, this is where ITAR 1 and 2 and CMMC 1 and 2 don't care too much about that. But when you're looking at 3, 4, and 5, level 5, whoo, buddy.
It's quite high.
Buddy, the amount...
It's hard.
And it's funny because right now, levels 1 and 2 actually don't care about internet, right? You can run a Bamboo, and we see a lot of government companies doing it. The trick is they have to have that internal VLAN, and they must physically destroy the silicon when they get rid of the machines. And a lot of them are like, thermite Or molten steel, drop circuit board into molten steel. It ceases to exist, right? A lot of them look at that and say, well, that's better than the alternative, which is
That's one that the
a
UK just brought into
Stratasys.
place,
And
which was you have to shred the machines, because previously they
yep.
didn't do that, and they were like, oh god, Bamboo Lab exists now.
But I would argue that like a Vision Miner, 22 IDEX, or once I get some of the things worked out in the HT90, in HT90, they are machines you don't have to do that to, or at least with HT90 in theory, you shouldn't have to. With the 22 IDEX, you don't have to. They are certified for that. Those are things that I think companies should be seeing more, but that's where we get into the money for marketing, right? The money for marketing on these machines. But the funny thing is, they're never the companies that are at the shows, right?
No, they're not.
Vision Miner doesn't go to the rep rap festivals. Neither does Bamboo. Bamboo has Cedric is going to be at SMRRF this year in theory, right? He's set to do a talk and all that. I am hoping to get him to sit down, so we
that'd
can.
be fun.
Yeah, and
The first like Bamboo presence on the channel
no,
is
it's not
eating hot sauce.
No,
Isn't it?
We've had another Bamboo. We've had a Bamboo employee on before.
Oh, did we? Oh,
Yeah, it was Will, when Will was still working with Bamboo. But I mean, obviously, we will have to have kind of an agreement on what we can and can't talk about, just because of the animosity between the two companies. But again, similar to where I wanted Bamboo to be the top donor to shave my head, and I'm like, please. I was looking at Cedric saying, please do it. Get permission. Tell them $5,000. Tell them donate $5,000. We will shave a Bamboo logo in my head. I would love nothing more than to have that happen. And to this day, I'm bummed that it never happened, because I really wanted that. I have a feeling they're not going to let him do it. We'll see, but I think they're too nervous about what I could ask, and there's likely not enough benefit for them, but we'll see. I will happily, Cedric, if you're listening, maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I should text you about this, but I would love to get a set of approved questions that I can ask you, that you can ask me, so that we can have a little bit of fun on air and raise money for charity. I think people would really, really appreciate that. I really think that they would. So that's my ask. So I will say,
yep.
My door is open for those kinds of chats. I will reach out to Cedric. I have a cell phone number, so I'll just reach out to him personally. And if they choose to take it, great. If they don't, you can't say I didn't try. And yes, I will follow the list of approved questions. I'm not going to go off script here. Yeah, I mean, do you just think about
here's
that?
another
You
one
can
for
get
you.
in
Going
front of
back,
a Bamboo Lab employee as a small-time content creator, or even a big-time content creator. If you don't already have a relationship with them and you want one, hello. Hello.
actually, yeah, that's a good point. These events are great for skipping corporate bureaucracy.
Oh, I said that earlier. It's 30 emails worth of BS in 10 minutes, right?
No, it's not even that. It's, you can walk in. I'm going to pick one of the most fun people to talk there, for me personally. Tony from Duet.
Oh, I was going to go with Luke from Big Tree Tech.
Oh, no, he's just a blast. But no, me and Tony's we
good.
kind of vibe way too close and have very similar like thought patterns.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, Tony. I have confirmed I have killed the screen. I do not know what I've done to it, so I'm sorry.
There's a story there, but probably not one for airing it.
Nope.
Yep.
But hopefully, I don't know what they're bringing to Smurf, if they're bringing anything or going, because I haven't actually checked the list.
They are
I think
going.
they're there.
And they're going to be showing off.
Maybe they will be showing stuff off.
They're showing off the index board. It's already public.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So
I know about that, but maybe they'll show something else off.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And if so, I think it will be a very good way to get user feedback, because that's what we need the most on this thing.
Dude, if you're developing a product for this industry, those rep fests are the cheapest market research you could ever do.
They are great.
Like, oh, your key target audience is going to be there, and a lot of them are paying to be there. Hell yeah. And yeah, you might get some random British guy telling you you're an idiot for doing something, but you can listen
It's
to
out of
that.
love. And I actually said, like, hey, give us an email. We will give you the relay that will not overheat on this.
Fair.
Because
And
that's what these events are about, is helping everyone else.
Reliant says, yeah, that talk still nerves about just asking that. Yeah, that's fair. And if you are someone that wants to talk to these companies, and I am not in the middle of filming something, if I'm in the middle of filming something, please wait till we're done. I am happy to introduce you to whoever, right? It's no big deal. I don't care.
Yep.
I pride myself with being someone that will open doors for people because I believe in it. And if you can make something, I will open the door for you, but then I'm stepping away, right? It is then up to you to continue that conversation. I'll say, hey, this is so and so. They happen to be a fan. They were trying to talk to you. They're a little nervous. Thought I would open the door for them and
Mm.
show them that you are not a bad person. You're not mean or whatever. Um,
It
yes.
gets the grant seal of approval of this person is worth at least hearing out.
And as Matchmaker's Bay says, imposter syndrome is such a hard thing to overcome. It is. We've actually had an actual therapist.
It doesn't go away.
We've had an actual therapist who is a maker in the industry too, which is what I love, on the show to talk about this. We got to have Nick back on. I always look. I have a book on a shelf. It says, "I'm so successful. Why do I feel fake? Why do I feel like a fake?" The Imposter Phenomenon by Joan C. Harvey, PhD, with Cynthia Katz. It's an involved book. You don't have to read it if you don't want, but I keep that book in iShop because it reminds me that I'm not the only one that feels this way. And
Can you send me the link to that book? Because I think I'd want to read that.
I think someone in our chat can post it, maybe.
Yes, please.
I do my
Somebody,
best
anyone,
to
because
not
I
like,
suffer with that so badly.
other than streaming, I try not to do anything on my computer because I just don't want something to fail while I'm in the middle of doing
That is
it.
fair.
But yeah, it's a good book. It's very technical, so you might like it. But yeah, imposter syndrome is tough. I mean, dude, I deal with it. But I find it so much easier to say, "Oh yeah, hey, this is Joe Prusha, this is so and so, talk to Joe." Now, Joe and I have been friends, so maybe that's not the perfect example, but it is so much easier for me to introduce somebody else than it is for me to introduce myself because I'm like,
Yep.
who the hell cares about me? Like I'm nobody special. And if you meet me in person, you realize I'm the same person. Like you realize this, I'm the same person off camera that I am on camera. I am slightly more composed on camera, but that's it.
No, you are less composed on camera.
But yes, feel free to come up to us. And it's the only way you can get a pin. The only way you can get one of the Victoria pins is to meet us in person. You have to come up and say hi to get one. So if there's anybody you want to meet, please do. And the Diamondback guys will tell you, I'm always happy to open doors. We were the ones that introduced them to E3D that started this big relationship that they have now.
Yep.
And I don't want credit for it, but they keep giving it to me. And since they keep giving it to me, I might as well use it as well. And God, you will find that people in this industry are some of the most real people you've ever met. And they're just trying to get to that next level. So we're always happy to help.
I have yet to meet anyone other than a single CEO that I met, but that's because they came from big money downwards, that has not been genuine. Like just a person trying their hardest to do something good, and it's a weird thing to put like into tangible words, but it's like the same. Like Joe Pusha, for example. Even though he runs one of the biggest companies in the world for additive and has all these employees and is praised by everyone, he's just a person and he's a lovely guy and you can talk to him and it's a normal thing. It's not like they are this glowing beacon of whatever. They're just them. And it's the same with everyone that I've met, like all the guys at 3DQF where they're like, we've made this really amazing material and all this. And I'm just there like, want to go to pub?
I'm like trying to think of
go.
somebody who I've met that doesn't also have imposter syndrome in this industry. And I can't think of anybody.
I have it so badly. And I actually know why I have it a little bit. It's because I play D&D. And D&D taught me something that has been the most invaluable thing for my entire life. How to randomly spout slightly charismatic bullshit. So you can say the right things with the right tone and the right emphasis. You can open the doors with a bit of social engineering, and all of a sudden, like, people view you as being a lot more successful
Right.
than you like
Then you
realistically
feel.
are.
Yeah.
Or yeah, it's like one of the times. So I met a friend. This is a couple months ago. They were a new friend at the time. They didn't know about how just I'm a regular person. They only met me a couple of times and got told I run a business, and that was it. I'm like, cool. They went to hospital with a family member, and me and Rosie, we went out to their hospital just to make sure they've got like amenities. And we realised the mum of this friend wasn't put on a drip. Like, they should have been on a drip like 6 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't put on a drip, and they weren't scheduled for being put on a drip either. And they've tried to get them on a drip, and the NHS, because it's terrible, free but terrible, wasn't really prioritizing the woman at all. They were just being like, nah, it doesn't need one, blah, 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 blah. And I just, like, walked up to, like, the nurse station, and because I know Amber and we talk a lot about medical, I have a couple nurse friends, I know the lingo, I know the attitude, I know the stance. And I was just like, hey, can I see the chart for this person? Can I do this? Can I do this? They just gave everything to me because they assumed I was a medical professional because I said the right words, and I just
surprised.
have a slight interest in biology.
Yep.
And then they asked me if I was like a medically trained, which is part one. So I can say, yes, I am medically trained, not in medicine, but in other aspects. Medically trained. And do I work here? And I said, no, I don't work here, but I am medically trained, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, cool. So I looked at the chart. I'm like, yeah, you know, this woman was supposed to be on a drip 6 hours ago. It says it in the notes at the bottom. Can we prioritize this room and seat this?
Yep.
Can we also get like SATs being done? And I need to see what her SpO2 level is. And they're just like, cool, on it. I went back 5 minutes later. The entire room got reprioritized, and I'm just sat back going like, I don't know what I've just done. It wasn't that big. I just talked to a woman nicely.
Valuable is valuable.
With respect.
Yep.
And then my friend, who hasn't known me very long, from their perspective, I walked out sternly because I was like, I need to do a thing.
Yeah.
Came back in, and then 5 minutes later, 6 nurses showed up to do the entire room, and they're just like, what did you do? I'm like,
you'd be surprised. Like, Reliance as my charisma is 1, more the barbarian that wrecks the door as I don't fully think about the proper social cues. Brother, you're going to an event that benefits a charity for neurodiverse youth. You ain't alone. You ain't
also,
alone.
You ain't charisma 1. Trust me,
Jacob
you ain't
Rismore,
charisma 1.
Jesus Christ. No, I can tell you who charisma 1 is, but that just gets political, and I'm not trying to get political in the chat right now, especially with what's been happening this week. Nope.
No, the biggest thing that I would tell anyone who thinks they have low charisma, you don't actually have low charisma, you have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
It's why when you drink, your charisma goes up. It's not you drink, it's you stop thinking too much about the consequences. You're like, oh, this worry. Drinking stops the worry, meaning your charisma goes up. It's all about confidence. And when you learn, I learned it through playing roleplay games, fake confidence. Because when I'm role-playing a character that is confident, and my player is like, this might kill my character, the character is acting, this will be fine. So you fake your confidence in your voice acting.
And Reliance, of all people, knows. 1, you don't have a charisma of 1. I've watched you talk with people, and you know that I will introduce you to whoever you want to meet. I don't care. Like, if that means I have to flex the fact that I have a YouTube channel to get you to talk to somebody, I don't care. Look, I want to be the person that I would want to have if I was in somebody else's position. I'm in a position where I know a lot of these people personally, and I want to use that to help them meet other people personally. There are good things that can be done here, and it doesn't just have to be, oh, because you're a content creator. Who the hell cares? I know these people because of my YouTube channel, but that doesn't mean because you're not a content creator, you don't have value. No, let's get you to talk to these people. You know, the one time, the one I will always remember is at Rocky Mountain. I was talking with this dad, had his son with him, and the dad, huge fan of the channel. And all of a sudden, the kid starts pulling on his dad's shirt, says, "Daddy, Daddy, that's a 3D printing nerd." Joel had just walked in, and there's a huge line, right? And I said, "You want me to make your son's day?" He's like, "Can you?" I'm like, "Let's go." And I bring him right to the front line. I say, "Joel, this kid wants to meet you." And Joel says, "That's awesome. High five, dude." He gives the kid a high five. They talk for like 30 seconds. The kids, I mean, it smiled from ear to ear. And, you know, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I see. I'm not Joel Telling, but I can introduce you to Joel Telling." And the dad said, "Thank you. You have no idea how much you've made the kid's day." And that's all that I care about. That's all that I care about. I only care about helping other people, right? If I cared about
Yeah.
money for all of this, we lost our title sponsor for this event over something stupid. I'm not getting into it, but we lost our title sponsor for this event. It was not my fault. Something really stupid. And it is what it is. If I can get another one in the next week, great. If we can't, it comes out of my pocket. It is what it is. But just because we lost our title sponsor doesn't mean I'm not going to show up and, well, eat a bunch of hot sauce for people. Because it is about doing good for a community beyond my own reach. And anybody from the community, I don't care who you are, whether you're an attendee, you're a content creator, you're a business owner, I don't care. You are invited to sit down at Heat in the Hot Seat and talk with me. There's no cost. You obviously, dice will get rolled. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And, you know, if it gets a little spicy, it gets a little spicy. But I invite anybody, I don't care who you are, to sit down. It doesn't matter. And talk about what you do. I want to know about who you are and what you do. That's what matters to me. It's the people. It's raising money for charity. It's not, like, I can't think of any year. Oh no, the first time we went to Smurf, I guess we Print and Solid paid us the first year that we went when we shaved my head. And I did leave with money in my pocket from that. There was enough to put money in the pocket, but then that all went to editing, so we ended up losing on that. But there's never been.
Well, I know. I mean, for everyone who knows, we always
expensive.
lose money to the editing stage.
It's very.
There is no profit in YouTube.
Not right now, at least. But you know, I care more about doing good, and if that means it comes out of my own pocket, so be it. Don't care. So be it. Doug with the £2 says Smurf is epic. People triggering each other's dicks. That's kind of true.
That is so true.
It's kind of true.
The amount of times somebody has said something that I've heard in earshot that I have just this esoteric knowledge of, and I'm like, somebody has summoned me. I must go and tell them this.
Helix4D said, "I'll bring a gallon of 2% milk for washing down the hot sauce." So we cannot have any perishables or any alcohol.
It has to be UHT. UHT milk. If you're bringing milk, UHT.
I'm probably quite lactose intolerant, so I'm probably going to skip on that.
Good job. The UK, by standard, has lactose-free milk available in every shop because we have laws about being inclusive.
Look, man,
it's also good.
I'm probably going to get some Lactaid pills, but I'm going to have bread. So I'm going to have, I know it's a perishable, but I'm going to have it for me because if I'm doing this for 2 days in a row, I need something. Oh, it reminds me, I have to go buy a bunch of Tums. I'm going to have Tums in the Lucky Dip. Antacids.
Oh.
So one of the Lucky Dips are going to be Tums.
I was just going to say, like, we need to get some, like, antacids.
Yeah, we'll
like
have
calcium
antacids
carbonate
on
pills.
hand. And again, you don't have to do the hot sauce. Again, it's more for raising money for charity and something that makes it a little bit of fun. But yeah, Slothflord Luke said, "I'm bringing my girlfriend this year who knows no one 3D printing or much about 3D printing, but I'll introduce her to Cocoa Press or anyone else for sure. Cocoa Press team will be there, so I think you'll enjoy it." Net Ventive said I got to talk to Grant and Joel at Orlando Maker Faire. Great talks about everything. Yeah, Orlando Maker Faire was awesome. Let me see. What else we got? Oh, yep. Roll a TP in the fridge. I don't think it's going to be that bad. If it is, it is, right? I've at the end of the day, again, this is to raise money for charity. And if I just ask people to donate and don't do something fun with it, nothing ever happens. Our goal is to be, if not the highest grossing thing at the show, to be the second right under Voron, right? That's what we're
Yep.
going for. We want to, we want to raise a ton of money, and we've raised over 15,000 US in the past few years. So I'm excited to do it again. And Jacob's going to sit down with me on Sunday.
I am. We're going to be doing an in-person podcast.
We're going to be doing a live show. So I got to figure out how we're going to do it. I think it'll just be a separate live stream, right? So we end the regular one, then we start the Making Awesome one.
Yep.
Where it is
we can
a
put
hot
the lav
sauce.
mics on and everything.
Yeah,
and...
yeah, we'll have lav mics.
Yeah.
But it'll be a Making Awesome hot sauce special edition, where we will talk about the show. We'll talk about whatever. It'll be.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun.
I mean, you guys wanted Making Sauceum for so long. We're doing with actual sauces.
You know, the jokes have been that I should just bring black peppercorns and crack the black pepper because that's spicy for the UK people.
It's not. It's not.
Randy Parker with the $5 saying, wish I could make Smurf. What other ones are you planning to go to this year? So right now, Rocky Mountain Rep Rap is confirmed. We are going to Rocky Mountain. 3D Printopia is confirmed. I haven't booked anything for that yet, but 3D Printopia is going to happen. It's up in Philly this year. Murph is unlikely to happen. It is an unair conditioned building in the Midwest in July or June. No,
that sounds like
I'm not
hell.
doing that. No,
and you live in Florida.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. So I know that Pezlis wants me at Murph. She said I want Grant at Murph. I understand that, but I'm not gonna let myself be that sweaty, and Amber would die, as she says. So I'm good.
Just get a building with aircon, then everyone would have fun.
Except it's not. I think, or we'll probably go to Orlando Maker Faire, assuming we're there. We are planning on the Japan Rep Rap Festival. I don't have 100% guarantee on that yet.
When's that again?
April? May? I don't know. I got to figure it out. I need to look at what those tickets are going to cost. Yeah, Amber said it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit in Florida right now, and she's a sweaty mess. It's true.
May 30th
okay,
weekend
May 30th
for Japan.
Weekend for Jerv. Yeah. I want to. It is our plan to go, but I will absolutely need a monetary sponsor for that. There's no way that we can get there.
Those flights are expensive.
Cash. I'm expecting it like 1,500 plus a person minimum. And so if I'm spending like 3,000 on plane tickets, that's a lot of money. So I got to be very, very careful about that. Slothlord Luke, welcome to Basic Support. Thank you for joining as a channel member. You now have access to a bunch of behind the scenes content, including a 3-hour video of Jacob and I walking around China in 360.
That was some of the most fun I've ever had.
Yep. Mad Max says it'll be 70s in Goshen this June. I don't trust it. And we will be going up to Polar. We're going to do a grillement, like a special grillement with Polar Filament when we go up to film for PHA and all of that. So we will, we'll be going up to Polar at some point. So if you're in the Michigan area, but I think that's all. Oh, and I guess Prague Comic-Con will be there technically. I'm trying to get Prussia to pay us to go. We'll see. But my plan is to go for at least one day to Prague Comic-Con. So otherwise I don't really have too much else. So let me see. Slothor Luke said I had Basic before and loved the cup of video. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's
that video.
was from a year ago. Can you believe that was a year ago?
I think it was longer than that.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Glenn
do
Strom,
think
no
it was
form
longer.
next. We're going to form next. I don't even have sponsors for that. We're going to form next, guaranteed.
I have to go to
Yeah,
form
no,
next.
we're
I'm
going to form
sorry.
next. It was too much
It
fun.
was way too fun. Also, the slight like panic I had every time somebody came over to me and dragged me away, and I'm like, but Grant's over there. Why are you coming to me?
But see, this year we'll have staff shirts. We're not going to have them for,
Yes.
for Smurf. They're not going to be ready in time. But this year we will, for other events, we will have like 3D Musketeers staff or press or something, some sort of staff related shirt that'll be both
Yeah,
front and back.
that'd be good. Even though I was wearing a 3D Musketeer shirt the entire time,
It
it
didn't
did not
have the
help.
actual like brand name on there. So, um,
The problem is, it's like Smurf. It's all of the important people go, and then they see you and they go, I need to talk to that person right now. And no matter what happens, it's happening.
yep.
And it's fun. I love it. But I
The
I'm
events are worth it.
I might be charismatically okay, but I am an
Oh, look,
introvert.
Jacob
and I
has
get
some
panicky.
social anxiety too. Who would have ever guessed?
Ooh. It's
Uh,
bad.
Reliance says, what was the value you got last year at Smurf? I think we hit 5,000 US last year. Maybe? I forget off the top of my head. I don't remember. It was more than zero. I know that.
And there's a load of intangibles that you just can't value.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I do it. The intangibles are what's actually worth it for me.
Yeah. If there's one close to you, you can afford the travel, do it. If there's not any close to you and you can't afford the travel, we understand, right? But I will tell you, for many years, I never went to any of these community events. My first event was, at the time, ERF, East Coast Rep Festival in 2022, 2021, 2022. Might have been 22. Yeah, I think it was 22. I think it was 22 was my first ERF. And dude, I love the events. They're amazing. We love them. And like we don't ever have anything to show off. We're just there to show off what other people are doing. So, it's great. Sloth Lord Luke says I'm driving 4-ish hours again to go to Smurf, which is easy enough to get to. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I think Liz, you and I, we were our first ERFs were the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, dude? Or you want to call it?
I think that covers it.
Another
Honestly,
short show.
I'm just really excited for Smurf.
Yeah.
Really excited. I've been burning a lot of the midnight oil getting something ready for Smurf that fell in our lap. And we've hinted at it before, and it is a physical item. So I am... The last things came in. I can show the camera this because the camera's not going to pick anything up. A thing.
Oh, there's
It's a
something on the back
thing.
of it. I could see it was semi. I could kind of
It's
see
not.
through.
It's transparent with
Oh,
white ink.
They're decals.
They are.
They're decals.
I can maybe show that, and people would be like, "That is a warning logo."
That's a chemical warning label.
So people can question what we'll be bringing, but this should be quite a big thing. It's good for people, and it's not shrimp.
All right. Once again, guys, go check out the sponsors. Links are down below to all of them. Construct 3D, 3D Musketeers, Printed Solid, 3D Prima. Who else? Is that it? I think that's it. Is that right?
3D Prima, 3D Musketeers. You got to
Yeah, I
promote
said
yourself.
myself in there.
Cool. We did
Printed
filament,
Solid.
right?
Yeah.
Printed solid.
Yeah. I think it's all 4. I think it's 4. It
Yeah.
was 5 last time, and I had to remove it. So, fun times. All right. Well, that is all we have for you all today. Again, if you're watching us live, stay till after the outro. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your days. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. And hopefully we'll see you at Smurf next weekend, live in Manchester, where we will be doing another one of these live, but with hot sauce.
No, we won't be doing another one of these because we'll be doing the first Making Sauceum.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, we've got to have the video as making Sawsome #1.
Yeah, we'll probably do like, making awesome 256 / making sawsome
Yeah,
#1. So, all right.
and the bearded printer with $10 right
Oh
at the
yes,
end.
right at the end.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
bearded
much.
printer. All right, we'll see you guys. Stick around for the giveaway. Okay, I'm no longer recording. All right, this is a fun one. I had to log
Stopped.
into Edge again.
Oh,
To
you're suffering.
Yeah, to show YouTube because it's still not working properly.
I
Thank you,
will.
bearded printer.
I will
Thank you,
hint
thank
onto
you.
the camera. Oh, look, what's this? It's a thing that no one else can see the other side of.
Oh, I'm like, what is he showing? Grant, you already saw it, you dingus.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I'm like, what's he showing? You already know it, you dingus. All right.
At the moment, because suppliers suck, all of the big batch comes in on the 6th. So
That's
there's a
okay.
low chance we can bring everything, but we definitely have enough to bring 7. So I need to be choosy with who get 7.
And Gilbert Nar said making Sawsome on Saturday or regular on Sunday. Regular on Sunday, but it will be earlier than normal. So just keep an eye out for that. Just keep an eye out for that. I am getting the first name right now here. Give me a second.
Wait, what can I
Let
what can
me
I hit? Oh yeah,
see.
I can hint this because it shows absolutely nothing, but one thing cool. There you go, guys. Enjoy that. The camera's going to be blurry enough that you can't make anything out about that.
Nope. Someone can't do math. Somebody can't do math. Somebody can't do math. Let me see. Is this other person able to do math? Their name is really long. It should be easy for me to find in my list. Yep. There it is. All right. Let's see if they're in the chat. It was. Oh God, I'm gonna have to. I can ping them. So, Sarah 6229 AD9FA, which I'm assuming, I'm hoping, is going to be your ham radio call sign. Because that would work in with a ham radio call sign. The AD9FA. I don't know if it is, but it is now. And let me make sure we got another math right, and then we'll send you guys over to hang out with Mr. Steve Builds. I think I just saw him recently. ND Cannon Shooter one as well. Let me make sure they're still in here. This is the thing, though. You guys have to be here on time. Give you another like 60 seconds or so to say you're there, and then please DM me on Discord. That is the best way. You can email as well, but sometimes that gets lost. So I do my best. ND Cannon Shooter is here. The Sarah gal has not responded, so it's gonna be what's gonna be. All right, y'all. We're gonna go.
What it is.
We're gonna go send you to hang out with Mr. Steve Builds. Let me make sure that it actually does that for you, because currently it won't. Hold on, I gotta find where the redirect is. Where's my redirect? Oh, it's under customization. There it is. Steve is doing stealth changer stuff. So, all right, y'all. Take care. See ya.